In your group situation, always be positive and encourage constructive criticism, and never allow destructive criticism to take place. You've got to create an environment in that group situation where everybody is entirely comfortable to be able to ask silly questions. So, for example, tell them that the silliest question is the one that is never asked. Never let other people belittle somebody for asking questions, no matter how simple and basic they think that those questions might be. And if people are comfortable in that situation, you will find that they will open up and start talking far more freely about their individual situations, and their interaction between the members of the group will become that much more positive. So it's your job as a consultant or as a consulting officer to create that environment which is constructive and uplifting rather than destructive and critical. So that is one of the soft skills that you must develop as a consultant, is to create that environment where this positive interaction can take place. Having encouraged that environment, then you must encourage the people who sometimes reticent about bringing their problems to the fore to actually open up and talk about them. Give examples of people who've had positive outcomes as a result of opening up to the group. I'll give you an example. I can recall one of the farmers telling me, who farms up in Northland, that he was very keen to expand his operation, but no opportunities were coming his way. He'd always played his cards quite close to his chest, and then he went on a mark and measure course where we actually said to the group on the course, one of the best ways to actually have opportunities come your way is to create networks. And to create those networks, you've actually got to articulate your particular desires and ambitions. So this farmer actually went home and he mentioned to his neighbors that he would like to expand, but he didn't know how to. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, one of his neighbors approached him and he said he had heard via the grapevine that this particular farm, just a kilometer or two down the road, was going to come up for lease, and maybe he would be interested. 10 days later, it was all signed up and sealed. He had the lease in his pocket. Now there's an example, a positive outcome for that person, which would never have happened had he not articulated his aims and goals to his neighbors. So even though he was a relatively reticent type of person, simply by putting himself out there and talking about where he wanted to go, talking about his problems, or in this particular case, his goals and ambitions, it fell into his lap. That's the kind of thing which you should encourage all the members of the group to do. The outcomes are very, very powerful.